Hello, my little munchkins, crones, and sunflowers. How are you? We're back with another episode of Vanderpump Rules. Go ahead, baby crone. Take them there.
Okay. What I would like to talk about, just to highlight real quickly, I enjoyed Joe's little segment on this reunion. That's what I would like to start with. So, part 2 of the reunion started off again with picking up off of last episode.
I think it's so boring. I'm sorry. Oh Lord, I caught me.
Yes, I did.
I was like this. I find it boring. So go ahead.
Okay.
Very boring.
The one thing I hate about the editing is that they picked up this episode where they left off last part of the reunion, which was in the middle of an argument between Katie and Lala. So the fact that we came back in the middle of it, I felt like we was having like a discontinued conversation. Or not discontinued, like a disjointed conversation. I'm just like, I had to get myself back to the
Why
mindset.
They need 3 episodes? Why?
I know. I remember when it was 2. And then they eked it up to 3.
Too much. That's why they did that. Why would you cut an episode and have us? What you talking about? Last year?
No, last episode, for part 1.
They don't have the
right. They don't like break it off.
They don't have enough of the inciting stuff, but they probably signed it for the. I don't know. I'm done. I'm done with Ariana, and I'm done with Sandoval bagging. I'm just done. I'm just done. I'm just can't take no more. Can't.
Well,
and if it wasn't for the other Tom, it wouldn't be no show.
You're right.
And Lala, what would there be? I mean, Tom, what's his name? Not Sandoval. Swartz. Tom Swartz and Joe kept the show going.
They did.
Far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so we'll get back to
Joe. And Lala with the having the babe, wanting to get pregnant and standing up and all that, but the rest of the stuff was the same old hocus pocus, biggly bogus.
It really was. And this episode, I could definitely see why Vanderpump is going on a hiatus this summer.
They need to.
They really do. Thank you. So here to finish quickly off with Katie and Lala, because I don't know how much we can drag their relationship through the mud. But Lala basically says that what her real problem is with Katie is that Katie isn't being real. And then Katie's problem is, well, you're like calling me fake because I just didn't want to talk about something on camera. Whole tit for tat. Katie honestly feels like Lala is treating her as an enemy or like somebody that's like against her. And she's just like, Lala, I'm not against you. Okay. Good.
If you want my help, I help. But you got this, girl.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that because I didn't write too much on that because, like I said, it was continuing from last week, and I don't even remember what really happened between them last week and the rest of this season. So it was.
They just been bickering back and forth.
Yeah, lovers quarrel.
Because of I think that Katie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Katie found that she was really venting towards Lala about Ariana. Mm-hmm. So on camera, she looks like her and Ariana are the besties of the best. But in real life, they weren't even there. She wasn't even around. She was leaving Lala. She was leaving Katie with a lot of the work. She was just gone doing her own thing. But on camera, she was acting solidarity. It's like we had solidarity. Mm-hmm. And Kate and Lala said, I don't like the fakeness. Just keep it 100. And this is why Lala was flexing. She was flexing her feelings. Mm-hmm. Because Katie didn't. And so did what's her name? Sheena.
Yep, Sheena did too. So moving on.
So what they were saying is, Katie, you was being phony.
Yep.
And Ariana said, I get it. Because I really wasn't there like that. And I haven't been. So that was fair of Ariana.
Yeah. And it's not
to
like
bail Katie out. With
yeah,
that.
and didn't even want to start a fight. Be like, how dare you talk about me? She was just like, yeah, I see it. I totally understand. Yeah, here she goes back.
But
on
I
Broadway
think they're
again.
not talking in real life.
Yes. So I am gonna have to. I will put in editing like right here to tell you if something about her opened up, because I think like today or within the next couple of days it's supposed to open up. But we know Ariana's supposed to be going on Broadway soon, so we'll see how much she has.
I thought she's on Broadway.
Well, she could be on Broadway, and the shop is opening up, so Katie's feelings, I guess, are still valid.
But we'll find out what's going on with Katie.
Yes.
And with Katie.
So Sheena decided to try to flex a little bit, saying that every guy on the show has flirted with her and has had some type of relationship with her. And James and Tom Sandoval just like, what? No, that never happened.
Tom Sandoval, I'm going to mess this up. That being with Sheena would be like waking up with a condom stuck in your throat and then it poops out in another 2 months.
Having lockjaw.
Oh, yeah.
Pooping out a condom 2 weeks later.
Oh, 2 weeks later. I don't even know what that means.
Neither do I.
But I know it
sounds
to me,
wild.
It was in my opinion, I'm not racist, but it just sounds like one of them white people jokes, because Andy fell out on it.
He did. I did.
You know, just like it took me a while to understand what I mean. I'm used to it now, but I see you next Tuesday. It took me a while to understand that. I mean, I definitely know, but it's just like saying something like that. It's like, that was so over my head. So out there, if any of you know what he meant, all I know, it's funny. It's like having lockjaw with a condom in his mouth.
No. Condom up his booty hole that he's going to apparently poop out.
Wait. 2 weeks later. And lockjaw. Isn't that where you can't move your jaw? Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. I can't even get a visual.
I'm like trying to figure out, was he like eating the cooter really too much and got some lockjaw and she was like sticking something up his booty? Like,
I don't know. I'm thinking, was he going down on her?
Exactly.
And I don't know. Please, if you understand that it's funny, but what it means, and it's funny because I knew it was funny because Andy Cohen lost character.
He really did.
And it just seemed like him and Lisa Vanderpump got it.
Yeah, they got it.
I didn't get it, but it was funny.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, after that, it was pretty much the way Sheena put it is that because this was in defense of the fact that how she ended up kissing Tom Schwartz years ago and why she was going to take that to her grave. And she was just like, I didn't want to tell you, Katie, because I knew at the time you hated me. And that was the last thing I wanted to do, was to tell you that your man, your husband.
Why did Schwartz bring that up?
I don't know.
This doesn't make sense.
Especially to Lala.
It's years. Oh, that's so old. Mm-hmm. No, he told it. Didn't he say it to Katie?
No, Lala told Katie.
Because she was shocked to hear it. Mm-hmm. But if you watch this show, it's so normal.
It is. And apparently everybody seems to do this when they're drunk.
And everybody sleeps with everybody. This is why they are asking. This is what I would say. Why is this so different? Mm-hmm. Why?
Yeah.
Why is this? This is what they were all about. Why has everybody got their panties in a bunch over this?
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. I don't get it.
Yes. And then Katie feels as though her and Tom Schwartz are not the same, because she was like, even though, because Andy asked if she had sex again with Max, and then she was just like, I don't know if we did. I was just like, how do you, everybody's like, how do you not know if you guys just happened to end up?
Oh no, that was her being sarcastic. That was like saying, I ain't kissing and telling. Mm-hmm. And no, I don't remember. Yeah. Did you? I don't remember. You know, and I know she know, but she left them because she didn't want to hear Swartz say, "You just like me." She was like, "No, I'm nothing like you." Just like me. Yeah, and he's getting her with that.
He is.
because he's very intelligent. And in their relationship, they always challenge each other with words and meaning. They were good with each other on an intellectual level. It may be sexual. I don't know, Katie. Yeah, but I don't know. But I know mentally, and I think that got on time. She would check him with words, and they would back and forth. It's just two educated folks challenging one another. And that's how they used to be.
And her problem with Tom is that when they finally had their divorce, she was like, you couldn't even respect that I needed like the time to heal and needed some boundaries.
First of all, you're divorced. He owe you nothing. It took you to get divorced. It took you a year. So if you didn't lie, you would have to wait a year. Mm-hmm. So you got a divorce. You still want him. It's over. You didn't want him. Yeah. Go on with your life, Tom Swartz.
Yeah.
And Tom Sandoval. Stop begging and leave that girl alone.
Yeah.
Leave her alone, please. Because I shiver to think what they're going to show at the end of the episode, what they're going to show. I hope it ain't with nothing that where, Ariana looked like she's Queen Bee. I hope it's something where Ariana show her tail.
I hope so, but by the way Andy says it's supposed to be the last few minutes of the ending that we saw, because I guess they didn't want the cast to see the ending. I guess to see how it all exploded, how Lala broke the fourth wall, just like Ariana's acting like a queen and stuff like that.
I don't understand what you mean.
I think they're going to show the cast the last episode that we saw, the whole Sheena like good as gold. I think that's what they're going to show, like the last episode
where Lala gets up there and tell her off. Yes. The part that we always wondered where it came from, but they didn't see it, so they didn't know it's going to be there.
Yeah, and so that's something that they're doing different.
And if they did that. I believe, I don't know, predicated on what you said. Mm-hmm. If that is true, then the reason why they're doing that, because Ariana will not humble herself. Because it must have been something they cut out. And they must have said, because they said it at the end. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, after they said what they said, and she was saying, no.
Yeah. No. I don't want him to film with me.
Then she should leave the show.
Yes.
She should leave the show. And if they do it any other way, I don't know. Yeah. I'm done. But I'm on a wing and a prayer with them anyway. But if they do that, that would just be so unfair. If she doesn't like it, why don't she leave? Because that's what I thought when they walked off on the last episode. She walked off with her crew. She didn't even tell them goodbye. Mm-mm. And she rolled out. Yes. Am I wrong?
Nope.
They had planned to go to Applebee's.
Yes.
So I don't understand. So please, if they put anything on Tom Sandoval, I'm done. Because Tom Sandoval been beat enough.
Yes.
Now, whether you like him or hate him, it's irrelevant. Enough is enough. They were just lovers. They weren't even intimate hardly. They was in a rocky relationship. The man said he was suffocating. He couldn't even say she didn't want to get married to him. She definitely didn't want no children. I said this in the beginning. That's what I see what's going wrong with Jax. What's his name? Not Jax. Not Jax, the DJ.
Oh, James.
James. This girl don't want you.
No.
She want to be on the show. James, can't you see it? Yes. You buy her clothes. She doesn't want to marry you. James. Mm-hmm. James. And then you freak out. Why somebody take your girl? Because of the girls you get. Yes, James.
That is true. The whole cast, even Lisa's trying to tell you.
James, no, not her. No. Y'all don't even want the same things.
No.
Ugh.
Yeah. But but let's talk about Allie real quick. So with Allie and James, because moving on to the next part of the episode, Allie and Joe joined the scene to have their little part in the reunion. And Allie basically is just like, everything's good with me and Hippie. And
that's the dog.
Yes, the dog. She's just like, we got cool. Everything's working out fine with that. But she's just like, no, I don't want to get married. And she was like, if James does happen to propose to me, it's going to be a very long engagement. Yikes. And James is over here thinking about getting married. He hasn't talked about wanting kids yet, but I think he definitely wants kids.
Yeah, he did. He said he would like to have kids between he's 33 and 35.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's a good age.
Yep, and Allie's just like, yeah, we'll see.
She doesn't want it. This is why I'm saying this is such a wrong match. It's like, if you want kids, why are you going to be with someone that don't? Oh,
And
she seems like she don't even like him like this. She's saying she's there for the show, to be on the show. That's what it seems like to me. Were you chilly or you was feeling that?
I was feeling that. That's
you
okay.
enjoyed that,
I was.
Too bad. Go ahead.
Next, Joe, my Joseph. Okay.
You talk about Joseph. Go ahead.
Yes, I will talk about Joseph.
Now, she looked beautiful and I loved her dress.
Yes, she looked good. Besides the fact that she kept, I think it was a nervous tick of her playing with her one earring. But really what happened was she's still so awkward. I'm not sure if like her and like Tom had like some conversation about like what she's supposed to say on the show, because she like answered something like they were just like, did you like Tom while he was dating Katie? And she was just like, no. And then she was like, wait, I'm sorry, was I supposed to say that? And I'm like, what? I'm just like, she's so awkward. But really, the problem with Joe is, the problem Tom had with Joe, Tom Swartz, is he said that he liked Joe when she didn't want to be on the camera and be a part of the show. And he said that even though they were probably, like you said, knocking boots.
They were. It wasn't no probably in it.
He said they could have been doing it about maybe once a week. So it was pretty frequent that they were being intimate. But he said that towards the end of this season, he started like pulling back from her because he realized that that's not really what he wants. And he's like, even though I like love her, I don't love her like that.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I thought that he said that he pulled away from her because he didn't want her on the show either. He wanted his life to stay private. In other words, I still like you, but not like that. And jumping ahead, I think that's why he found somebody more. But I think what made him change is the fact that the way she behaved and the way that she carried herself. It was cool as a beer buddy. Mm-hmm. But he realized if I'm going to get somebody, I got to compare it to Katie. And Katie is a hard act. And if Katie look at you and go, ugh, and the other girls, I would be embarrassed. But she didn't want to say it.
Mm-hmm. But she sensed it. She was like, are you
embarrassed? Yeah. Not of you, but of your level of judge.
I mean, fair enough. I hate to be like that, but if she's like close as she says she is with Christian Doubt, I don't blame you. And apparently everyone was like, well, why didn't you stay with Christian when you guys were friends? And both her and Tom said that for some reason her and Christian were having some type of beef. So that's why she ended up staying at Tom's house for 4 days.
Who is Christian?
Christian, the one that used to be on the show that's also on the Valley.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe was friends with Christian.
She got the weirdest friends.
She does.
We'll talk about them next. But Christian got the weirdest friends.
She really does.
Oh my God. Well, anyway, we talk about that next.
Yeah, it made a whole lot more sense. But Katie was really trying to defend Joe and saying that, well, not defend Joe. Defend and apologize to Joe because she was just like, Tom, I felt like was breadcrumbing you or leading you on. And I feel like he should have been more honest with his feelings about what he wanted. And he was just basically being an F-boy. And I'm sorry, Joe, you got tied up in his mess.
Well, she wanted that to happen to Joe. She wanted Joe so far away from him. And she succeeded. She made him feel inadequate for being with Joe. Mm-hmm. Now he have another picture, and it was sad to see Joe sit up on stage and know that he didn't pick her. Mm-hmm. She started crying.
Yeah.
Joe, you should just stayed in the background. Yeah. He would have been happy.
Tom, you should have told her that you didn't want her on the show and be honest with the fact that
he's not like that. Even when she says, can I go? And he's like, okay. He don't want to hurt people's feelings. Remember, he's the one always bringing a plant. Come on. You know.
He just wants peace.
He just wants peace, you know. But he's very smart and clever.
Mm-hmm. And then the last person that we have to talk about is how Lala and Ariana got in a little tit for tat because Ariana was just like, I just wanted you to respect my boundaries. She's like, I don't care if you don't understand why I don't want nobody to be friends with Tom. Just respect. I don't want nobody to be friends with Tom. Even though you're not going to follow that, just respect it.
I don't understand that.
Because Lala,
if you want me to respect it, that means I can't be friends with him. That doesn't make sense to me.
Right. I mean, Lala said that she was respecting Ariana's decision to, if that's how you feel and you don't want people to like be friends with your ex, I understand that. But what she doesn't understand is why you're going to put this boundary when you're still going to be in the same house with him. And and then Ariana was like, well, it's the same thing you went through when you.
No, it isn't. Because I agree with Lala. Mm-hmm. Lala saying you're still in the house. You're right down the hall. You can't even compare Katie because when they broke up, he moved.
Yeah.
You're still living in the house. So how are you going to tell me he can't talk to you? He doesn't want to talk to you. How are you going to say, even down to when he put the dog in the room, the dog got sick over your food. Yeah. That you left there. He doesn't know that it's there. And if it was an apartment complex or a rental property, they can go in that property if they feel as though that there is a danger or something is broken.
Yeah.
That is their property. And they can come in without your permission. You wasn't there.
Yeah.
And they can come in. They'll leave you a message, but if they see a leak and it's that, they may not. They're going to come in and leave a thing to let you know they were there. So, at least when I lived in an apartment.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how much has changed. I haven't lived in an apartment so long, but I don't know. I'm sure it's the same.
Yeah, I would feel like it would have to be the same because you are paying to live on that property.
I know when I rented property, I mean, I would tell them that I would come in and check every so often. I found a hole in the wall, you know, or it just made me don't want to rent.
Yeah. So,
and if I rent, I'd rather rent I don't want to be a slumlord, but no really high quality.
That's true.
That's where I messed up.
So yeah, that was really what Ariana's problem with Lala. Because she was just like, you've been through the same thing, so why can't you respect that I want the same thing? And she was just like, I don't care if you don't understand why I feel this way. Just respect it.
How though? Just understand this is how I feel. I don't get it, but I get it.
Right.
I can't respect something I don't understand.
Yeah, and that's how Lala feels.
How am I going to give you the respect when I don't even understand it? I don't understand it, so it's disrespectful to my intellect. Me, if I don't understand it, I'm frustrated because I don't understand it. So you're telling me to respect something while you disrespect my intellect. Instead of helping me understand it, just understand it.
And understand that you've been through it too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how
that's where we say, hey. You say apples, I say tomatoes. Let's just not talk about it. Yeah. It's just one of them things we just throw under the thing and keep it moving.
Yep. But that was pretty much it for this reunion.
Yeah, really? That was fast.
Yeah.
Well, that was it. I got into it. I just feel as though I'm just burnt out over
Ariana. Because they're still dragging out Rachel and Tom Sandoval. I'm like, God.
Oh, I closed my eyes.
This has been 2 years now. 2 seasons of this. And y'all still, thank God for this break. Because if we had to have another season of this, I'd be crying. Because I'm just like, how much are you going to be mean to somebody or like rude?
Even if you don't like them, but now you're saying, I don't want to be around you. I don't want, if it's quit.
Yeah.
He was there before you. I don't get it. I don't get it. And if he was there, if she was there before him, I would tell son he should quit.
Yeah. That's not how it went. He's
like I need my paycheck.
Yeah.
And she like, I need it too. When it's like, but you making money. I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway, let me say this in closing. Sheena got a job with the band.
Yes.
And even though she want to be on the dancing show, she's like, I'll do it next year. But right now, I'm enjoying singing and traveling with the band.
Yes.
That's crazy for me, considering somebody who didn't want to leave her baby.
Exactly. But hey, maybe she's able to put Brock in the place where she wants him.
Brock gonna have a babysitter. Cause Brock gonna do what Brock gonna do, okay? I like him. He's growing on me.
Yes,
he's growing on me. Yes. So now I think we talked about everybody. And with that being said, you ready?
Yes.
Hold up. Sunflowers.